What's up, everyone? Sean Count Blackgrith here today with a rant video. I was hoping I wouldn't have to make another one of these videos, but because I really hate having to do these. But I love to rant and I love to piss people off sometimes. And I love to put my opinion out there because I am a very opinionated dickhead. So, with that said, another Antifa thing, what a fucking surprise. So, because of some moron at Black Lives Matter Austin, Marduk has been labeled a Nazi band, which isn't the first time. For those of you that are not familiar with Marduk and the whole situation, let me back this fucking train up a little bit and tell you what's going on. So, Marduk is a Swedish black metal band currently on the Frontschwein tour here in the US with US death metal band Incantation. Now, for those of you that don't really know Marduk, I have some of their shit right here. Here's their latest album, Frontschwein. They're a World War II themed black metal band. Not a very uncommon theme, but apparently if you use any German for your titles, have an album called Panzer Division Marduk. If you have any references to the Nazis, you are immediately therefore a Nazi, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. But not if you're Antifa. If you're Antifa, you decide that you're going to make personal attacks. I shouldn't say personal attacks because they haven't done anything yet other than try to ruin a venue's reputation by saying that they love Nazis and they welcome them, even though there's absolutely no evidence to support that they're Nazis. And in fact, they're so desperate and grasping at shit to be pissed about. These fucking idiots decided to go deep into Incantation history to over 20 years when Craig Pillard, who is currently the vocalist of Disma, at one point in time, which from what I've read he's not anymore, whatever, was a neo-Nazi, and he had the, I believe it was Stormfuhrer project, if I remember correctly. It was like a NS marital industrial project. But he hasn't been a part of the band in 20 years. But because he was there once upon a time, the whole band's a bunch of fucking Nazis. And according to them, because Mortis from Marduk used to let Varg from Burzum crash at his place, that somehow means by association he's a Nazi. And to me, this shows that Antifa has really gone to the point where they're just so desperate for shit to be pissed off about that they have to make up bullshit and try to ruin people's lives. They're fucking with the livelihood of these bands and the venues. Grizzly Hall in Austin, Texas. My friends recently just played there, and footage of it yet a couple days ago. And they said it was an awesome venue full of awesome people, and they just absolutely loved their time there. So to hear that a really good venue like this is getting dragged through the mud by a bunch of cowards that wear masks because they're pissed about something just to be pissed off about is absolutely disgusting to me. And they've had their way before with getting the Messe de Morts Fest shut down because of Graveland. They have fucked with the Norwegian black metal band Take, however you say that band's name. They've completely fucked with them. Had tear gas thrown into their venue, which I guess was just kind of like one rogue douchebag. But the point I'm trying to get at is even if you do agree with the ideas of Antifa, which for me, I hate racists just as much as the next guy that's a sane, level-headed human being. But at the same time, I don't think we should have thought police. You're entitled to think whatever you want. Of course, there are consequences for everything, so if you are a psychotic racist fuckwad, keep your mouth shut. But at the same time, I don't think we should be policing art like this and making false accusations just so we can go out and put on some masks and start fucking beating people with sticks. If you do that, you're a scumbag. And I found this great. One of my friends, he showed me that there's currently a petition to get Antifa labeled as a terrorist group, which I think is very fitting because they use terrorist like actions to further a political agenda. And by definition, that is what terrorism is, if I am correct. They're using terrorist tactics and censorship, which is fascist in itself, ironically, to further a political agenda. And by doing so, they are ruining the livelihoods of venues. So here is my message to those of you that are watching this video. If you're Antifa, fuck off. And get your shit together and start thinking like a rational fucking human. This isn't me being some sort of liberal peace and love bullshit or whatever. This is me speaking as a rational person for the most part. If there's a band coming and you think they're Nazis and they're going to be spreading hatred, then by all means, if you feel strongly enough about it, go out there and fucking stop it. But you better be goddamn sure that this band is racist before you go out there and you start to ruin venues. You start to ruin the reputation of places that have been in existence for years, that built up a reputation of being a solid venue and a place where people can go and have a great time before you start ruining the reputation of bands that have been in existence for over 20 fucking years. I would say over 25 years at this point Marduk has existed, if I remember correctly. If you're going to start screwing with these people and you're going to start fucking with livelihoods, you really need to get your shit together and make sure you're 100% right, because if you're wrong, you're a fucking scumbag. And that's all I have to say. If you got anything to add to this, leave it in the comments below. If not, whatever. If you're Antifa, you're a piece of shit. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I'll see you in the next video.